Daddy sent mommy to steal sheets. 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 Mommy not happy. Mommy not happy. Mommy not happy. Mommy not happy.
You are dreaming.
Voting for experiment is active. Please vote in the chat now. Voting for experiment is active. Please vote in the chat now. Voting complete. Jeff selected. Wake up Kamezi. Chat is pug. Chat is pug. Chat is pug.
I can't hear anything.
Yes. Okay. Bianca.
Hey, Kelly.
Good morning, Bianca.
Hiya.
How is that for you?
That was really great. I slept most of the way, I think.
That's unbelievable. You are the best sleeper in the world. I can't believe what you just slept through.
I'm excited to watch it back because I have no idea.
So what did you dream? Let's go there first before the dream slips away. What did you remember dreaming?
So I had a dream that was kind of recurring. I woke up a few times. The first time I woke up, I had just been in Piccadilly Circus. It was a lucid dream. I'd just been in Piccadilly Circus and I was walking around. I was being chased by something or someone, but I don't remember seeing them. I just know I was in a hurry to try and get away. And there was really heavy rain sound, but no rain in the dream. So that was really weird. And I imagine it might have been something in here. And then I woke up briefly, went back into that dream. And at that point, whatever was coming after me had figured out how to like clap and teleport. So I was now trying to get away from that. But it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't stressful. It was just, I was very in control, which was nice.
You were in control. That's incredible. Okay, so the dream ended with you clapping, the being that was chasing you clapped and teleported.
Yeah, it wherever I went to, it just kind of followed me. And then at one point I woke up again, went back into the dream again, and suddenly there were men in hazmat suits everywhere.
In your dream? In
my dream, just like dotted around. It wasn't everyone, but it was like dotted around. Everyone was wearing hazmat suits. And I in the dream journal, I don't remember writing this, but it says, "Hello, hazmat man." So.
Hello, hazmat man. Okay, so shall I give you a little clue about what was happening in the room and see how it coordinates?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Okay, well, I think you definitely caught the rain and the hazmat guy, who isn't a guy. We now call him Mommy.
Okay.
So there you go. And there's a lamp now that also has a name, and the lamp is Larry. So just so you know, there's some things like that. And the one who's been controlling all of this is Daddy. You should know these things.
Great.
All right. So here's some of the things that happened. There was some change in color. The color red filled the room. That was at the beginning. And then there was a slithering snake whose name is Jeff, by the way. Okay. And Jeff is very popular in the chat. By the way, I know that everyone in the chat is very anxious to talk to you. So at some point, you all in the chat are going to get to talk to Bianca. And Bianca is also a gamer. And do you want to give them your name, your handle?
Sure. Online, I'm itsbinkybee, just at itsbinkybee on absolutely everything: YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. I'm just another person on the internet talking about
Not
everything.
anymore. You're a famous sleeper and dreamer who is really pretty powerful. I can't believe what you just slept through. Okay, let me just tell you a couple more things that you slept through.
Yeah.
So the slithering snake, which may have informed the being chased by some ominous creature, and again, the snake is Jeff.
Okay.
Then there was the scent of strawberry. Do you recall any strawberry in the room?
I was eating something.
You were eating something. Was it delicious? Did you like the
Yeah.
strawberry? Okay,
Yeah.
good. Oh, that's great. Okay, then there was a city soundscape. So maybe Piccadilly
Yeah,
Circus, maybe.
potentially.
And then the hazmat suit came in right then, came really close to you, but it didn't seem like you opened your eyes, but you are so intuitive. You seem to sense him there. Or
Yeah.
mommy. I think it's a gender fluid kind of a thing.
Sure.
Okay, so let me see. Also, we had a bull. There was a bull
A bull.
nearby. A person in a bull mask in the room next to you, not just standing, but praying. And you definitely spiked your heart rate spiked. So was there any bull?
No,
Or
there
there was a
was
creature?
no bull, but there was one point in my dream. I'm really scared of horses. You should know that about me. It's like the one thing I'm really scared of. And there was one point in the dream where I saw like a bunch of horses go by, and I had to kind of dodge out the way and run away from that.
So you're pretty lucid. I mean,
Very.
you are a powerful lucid dreamer. The fact that you can switch gears like that and do the clap that leads to teleporting, even though you get chased.
Yeah.
How did you learn that, by the way? Who taught you to clap and teleport? Because this is something I think all the people in the chat, maybe everybody that's watching, can try that tonight. See if you can clap and teleport. Who taught you that?
So I think I just figured it out on my own. I started having sleep paralysis. I was very young at the time. We trace it back till I was about 2. But obviously at the time I didn't know how to explain what that was and what I was experiencing. So my mom just thought it was night terrors. And then when I was about 12 or 13, I saw a sleep therapist, and it was a combination of that and like me Googling, and I asked about sleep paralysis. We figured out that maybe that's what it was. And after that, it was kind of trial and error in my sleep to figure out how to stop it from happening. And inadvertently, I actually ended up teaching myself how to lucid dream because I was trying to prevent sleep paralysis. And that was one thing that I did all the time, was I would like clap in my dreams, especially in sleep paralysis. I would try to clap because if I could feel my palms like touching each other, that would kind of wake me up.
Interesting.
And then that translates into the dreams, where if I feel like I'm about to have sleep paralysis or I'm so afraid that I'm going to have it, I automatically, as soon as I wake myself up in a dream, I can clap. And I taught myself how to do that. I think it was just during a nightmare. I tried everything to try and get away as I was being chased. And I figured out that I could just teleport or fly or whatever.
So let's talk about one of the things that seemed to really affect you, and in fact you got up and started journaling, was around when the bed started folding. Do you remember the bed moving?
Yes. I remember
What was
the bed
that like?
moving. I didn't fully wake up, but in my dream I could feel my body moving in ways that I wasn't moving it. And it kind of woke me up there a little bit. I think I rolled over, and then I went straight back to sleep and I didn't feel it again.
Unbelievable. But that was incredible. I mean, it did seem to do something to you, because everyone is talking in the chat about like, what's it going to take to wake her up? Oh my God, she's such a sound sleeper. Wow. And then we had fireworks. Do you remember any fireworks happening?
There were fireworks in my dream. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so what was the context of the fireworks? Do you remember?
Well, I think I didn't think that it would have been anything in this room particularly. There were fireworks going off in my neighborhood just as I was on my way to the studio. Last night, there were fireworks going off for about half an hour just in someone's backyard. And I assumed that I had just picked up that memory and it had just gone into my dream because there was no context. It was just noise in the background.
Uh-huh.
But if you did something in here, then it was probably that instead.
That's amazing. Okay, so then there was the tilted bed was probably one of the biggest things, folding in like a taco. And then, do you remember your pillow being stolen? How did you have any connection to that?
No? Someone stole my pillow?
Yeah. This was an invasive kind of a thing, you know.
Wait, was it one I was sleeping on? Or
No.
oh right,
No.
okay. Okay,
It
then
was
no, I
the
wouldn't
other
have
one,
woken up
but
with
it was
that.
the hazmat man mommy, aka mommy, that came in and
Sure.
took it. Okay, and then there was a dog barking. Any
No, I
connection to
didn't hear
that?
that at all.
Okay. All right. So there was a lot that happened. And I know, people are wanting to know about your accent. So tell them a little bit about your accent.
My accent. I'm Portuguese, and I learned English, I think, when I was 8. But I had a really big mix of, I went to an international school, so I picked up bits of my accent from lots of different people from lots of different countries. And so that combined with living in London, it just morphs into an Americanized British, sometimes Irish kind of medley.
I love it. So that guy Danny 5 that asked you about that. That's really cool.
Thanks, Danny.
So do you have any questions about anything that happened to you? I mean, this is like a bizarre thing. You were watched by thousands of people all night long. How does that feel?
Really strange, but in the best way. I mean, I love all things sleeping and dreaming, just because it's been such a huge part of my formative years, even trying to understand what I was experiencing while I was sleeping. And as I've grown older, I've had a lot of really great conversations with people who A, experience the same as me, or B, don't experience the same as me and can't lucid dream. And I mean, I always assumed that was just something everyone could do. And
Right.
It wasn't until I started talking to friends about it that I realized, oh my God, most people can't lucid dream, can't control their dreams. A lot of people can't even remember their dreams as soon as they wake up or a few hours after, whereas I remember my dreams forever. Like I don't forget them.
That's amazing. Let me just so the locker 2124 in the chat says to tell you that we tried to steal the sheet from you twice and failed both times. Do you remember the sheet being pulled off of you?
No.
You are kind of amazing. Like the fact that those things didn't phase you, you're just like, it made me think of Boo from Monsters Inc. It's like the little one that's
Sure.
just like, oh,
Yeah, just
I don't know if
straight
you ever
into
saw
bed,
that.
like, I think
Oh my-
I fell asleep pretty quickly, like in 5-10 minutes last night.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, you
head hit
went-
the pillow and I was out.
You must have a clear conscience. You must, I don't know.
I think so.
You're psychologically doing pretty darn good. And the fact that I'm really impressed at the fact that you were able to turn nightmares into a prompt for lucid dreaming. I'm always teaching and trying to teach people to do that. And I love that you did that. And then you did that last night. So you're running around at Piccadilly Circus and you're being chased by some creature.
Yeah.
And it's freaking you out. And so you clap 3 times and teleport. And the creature follows you, but you're not totally scared by him.
No,
I'm saying it's
I
a
wasn't.
him.
Sometimes it can depend on what I'm dreaming about. Usually, the clearer I am on what's chasing me or who's chasing me, the more anxiety I'll feel about it, depending on what it is. But I think
Wait, the more anxiety or the less anxiety?
the more, if I know what it is. If I don't know what
Oh.
it is, it's just a feeling. It's not actually a thing I can see chasing me. It's like it's almost like an anxiety that I feel like something's chasing me. Does that make sense?
Okay, so I want to circle back to that, but Benito wants to know, how did the sleep that you just had, how did that compare to normal sleep?
You know what? Other than the fact that I'm sleeping in a studio and it's not my bed. The absolute same. I would sleep
Really?
like this any night.
You
Perhaps
are
with less bed folding.
you're less bed folding, right? Okay, Daniel Sargent wants to know about the color red. How did that affect your dream? Because normally that kind of messes with the light, kind of isn't a good thing normally, but did it affect you? Do you remember the color red?
Well, when I was in the beginning of my dream, it was like sunset, like afternoon time. But I didn't pay massive attention to that in the dream. So I don't know. I mean, it could have been that. Or maybe it was the red lava lamp that influenced it.
Oh, that's true. And also there was the rain. You said that you felt there was some water. What was that in your dream? Because we did miss you.
It was a really loud rain sound, but no actual water. No actual rain falling from the sky. It was just a sound.
Do you realize there was actual water that was being misted on you?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No,
yeah. So you connected it with rain.
I did not realize anyone misted water on me.
Yeah, you're like mystical. Okay, I'm trying to see more of this chat. There's a sleep study with 4,000 people. Oh gosh, I'm missing that. I can't pull that back up. Right. Yeah. Okay. So it got cold in the room and then it got warmer. So how did the temperature, do you recall it getting hot or cold?
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily in my dream, but I do remember feeling hotter and having like one leg out the duvet.
Okay.
But I don't think it influenced the dream very much. As far as I can remember anyway, it was very steady.
So Nair but the cactus wants to know if you always sleep with a stuffed animal. Tell us about the stuffed animal.
Oh, where'd he go? There he is. I actually have two, but I only brought one. This was the more reasonable stuffed animal to bring with me. The other one's a really big, like, fat hamster that I put my arm over because I get like shoulder and like neck cramps, and that helps with that. But this is a little stuffed animal that looks like my family cat, who sadly passed away about 2 months ago. He was 15. He lived an amazing life. But yeah, my flatmate actually got him for me when he passed, and he's been with me ever since. So
that is really sweet, and it helps you sleep.
Yeah, I think so. I think right at the beginning, because he passed away, obviously during COVID time, I wasn't able to go home. And I'd always planned, because he was my cat, like I had always planned whenever it was his time and, you know, whatever, I would go home and see him, and I wasn't able to do that. So I felt awful about that, and my flatmate got me this cat, and I just I was so desperate, like right after he passed, to like dream about him and just like say goodbye, which I did, and it was great.
That's great.
Yeah, but having him just kind of prompted that, I think, and made it easier for me to manifest that in my dreams, I suppose.
Wow. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
It's a great idea for anybody who's lost an animal. Sleep with a stuffed animal that reminds you of them, and then that'll help. Okay, so the lamp overhead, I don't know if you noticed, but Larry the lamp was quite animated and excited and doing a lot of dancing in the night. I don't know if you noticed that. Did you notice the moving lamp over your head?
You mean like this one here?
Yeah.
No,
let's see.
Didn't notice it at all.
Yeah, maybe we can get that Larry the lamp to do a repeat performance.
Yeah, Larry the lamp needs to shine. He needs a place to shine in my dreams.
He needs a place to shine. You're taking up all the light. Okay, so there was a feather that was tickling you. Do you remember feeling any tickles?
No.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Okay. Nope. Wow. If that was me, I would have been awake. I would have just started yelling at everybody.
Really?
But you just slept like a baby.
Yeah, I don't remember anything after falling asleep. I don't remember writing in that journal. I just, I see it, so I know I did.
Yeah, thank God you did. Okay, and you don't remember anybody taking your pillow, you said. And, let's see. That guy, Danny5, says, I like your hair, Dream Doctor. Well, you know what? That is the most important thing. Let's talk about that, shall we? Thank you, that guy Danny5. I appreciate that. And someone earlier, I can't find the chat, asked how I got into outer space. Well, this is my home. We're all in quarantine and I'm having to be in lockdown at home, and this is my home, outer space. This is my living room, actually. The kitchen looks a little similar. It's an Aurora Borealis. That's what happens when you're a dream doctor. Okay. Oh, so people in the chat are very curious about your tattoos.
My
You've got more than one,
tattoos.
but the one for sure, that the key. Can you talk to us about the key and any of your tattoos?
Well,
Oh,
I
do you
have
see
quite a few.
Jeff?
The ones on show right
Oh,
now. I've got
hey, by the way,
a
do
little.
you see? Oh, honey, look down.
Sorry,
You'll see Jeff.
there's a snake in the room and I can't actually hear what you're saying.
Sorry, there's a snake in the room.
Yeah, it's really loud.
That was happening under your bed.
Yeah, it's just stuck over there.
You were so peaceful, slithering around.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear
What was
about
your
your
question? Sorry, can you
tattoo.
say that again?
Sorry, the chat is curious. Quarter Square X wants to know about your tattoo.
Daddy love chat. Tell Bianca she a good sleeper.
Can you hear that robotic voice?
No, I can't hear anything over the snake.
Oh, you can't hear the robotic voice. So that there's in the chat, Daddy, that is kind of the omnipresent energy that is directing your dreamscape, has been talking to everyone, and he's telling everybody some things. So I'll translate next time he talks,
Okay.
so you can
Yeah, I
know
think
what
the
you're
snake's
missing.
off now.
So back to your tattoo.
Which one specifically? Sorry.
I think probably the key, because that was the one
The key.
I think that was most visible in the night.
Sure. So it's a little happiness key. It looks quite old. Just says happiness right there. I got that when my parents divorced. I was 18, and I was just quite thrilled for them. I think it was a decision that took them 27 years to make, but they weren't happy together anymore. They still, they were friends and all of that, but there wasn't like love there. And I'd known that for a very long time, like as a child. So when they actually finally like broke those like cultural barriers to be like, actually, no, we will be happier apart and better parents apart, and all these things, I was just so thrilled for them that they managed to, find their happiness despite all of this, like, I don't know, world stuff that tells you shouldn't get divorced if you've been I don't know. There's so much cultural stuff, but for them it was really difficult emotionally to come to that decision, and I was just really thrilled. So I got that tattoo to represent like the meaning of like life and being happy and stuff.
Bianca, besides being a really cool gamer and really cool sleeper, you're a really cool person. And one of these days, maybe you're going to teach people how to lucid dream, and then also how to move past traumatic things with a positive attitude. Because the fact that you could get through your parents' divorce and with such good spirits is remarkable. It seems like the only thing you have to work on is the horses.
Yeah, the horses, for sure.
All right. What's up with the horses? What made you so scared of horses?
You know what? This is going to sound so silly. It's going to sound so silly. There's a movie called The Brothers Grimm. It's like a really old, it must have been like 2000s. And it's just basically the story of these two brothers who were trying to break a curse, I think it was. They're like running around these fairy tale worlds. But it's quite like a gruesome movie for a child, I think. But yeah, like you wouldn't. It sounds like the kind of film that you'd show a kid, but when you watch it, it's actually quite unsettling and like not so much a kid's film.
Okay.
But I watched it when I was about 11 or 12, I think, and there's a scene in which this horse swallows a girl, like a whole girl. And after that, I was just a bit, I don't like them. I find them really unsettling.
So we need to talk about like coming to peace with horses.
Yeah.
And by the way, so Eric Pikachu 567 says, when Was it awkward for you to know that people were watching you? But before you answer that, I have to find out about the dog. Did you know that there was a person in a dog suit that came in and was hanging out with you?
No, I didn't know that there was a person in a mask in the room. In the dream, there was, I don't know if it was a dog. There was definitely like a little animal, like a smaller animal. I didn't see it. Like I can't see it in my mind's eye, but there was definitely like a little animal that I kept seeing. I don't know if it was tagging along with me.
So I don't know if you're going to be able to ever see what happened in the night back, but I think it might freak you out because it was a full-grown, like, big person dressed like a dog sitting
I love that.
by the bed. And then there was a goat. Was it a goat or was it a lamb that came in later? So we had some interesting characters, and you were just like, hey,
oblivious.
I'm good. All right. So who is this? Oh, ex-homie Jack says, can you tell Bianca she's even beautiful with bedhead?
Thank you.
You've got
That's
fan.
really kind.
Isn't that cool? Oh my God. Okay, so Eric Pikachu 567 wants to know, how was it awkward for you to know that you had there was like at one point there was like 20 some thousand people watching you sleep. That doesn't happen every day. So
no, it's a different experience, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you could see them all because you're just sleeping in this room that might seem, that they can't see. But did you have an awareness that you were being watched?
I didn't find it awkward. I didn't think it was awkward, and I'll tell you why. I think it's because, sure, you're not in the room with me, so I can't see you all.
Right.
But I know that you get it. Like you're watching this because you're interested in sleep and in all this stuff. So I already feel like I'm kind of in a safe place. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I'm being watched by people who get it and who are interested in it.
That's true. Even though they were quite silly, a lot of them wanted you to fart in your sleep. They were like, make her fart, make her fart. So
that would have been funny.
You disappointed a few people by not being flatulent in your sleep, Bianca. So maybe you need to work on that.
I'm really sorry I disappointed you all with that. I'll do better next time.
Maybe you did, but it was just silent but deadly, and
maybe
only the dog could smell it.
Maybe that's what made them leave.
Sorry, I'm getting really loopy here. Okay, so let me see. Happy 01010 wants to know if you'll go back and watch this. Right.
Yeah.
Good question.
Absolutely. I'll watch this one and I'll watch everyone else that's gonna go through the same.
Okay.
So I'll be in the chat.
We have some, we have some new ones. All right. And then Captain Seaweaver said, how did you feel knowing that we're making clubs like Wall Gang for getting our messages displayed and spoken to you in your dream? Okay, so some people were picked, some of their messages, their chats were projected onto the wall behind you. And then they even got their words spoken aloud by the robot man.
Amazing.
So how do you feel about that there's going to be clubs dedicated to what just happened to you?
I think that's great. I'm very used to internet culture. So I think this is great. I'm just excited I could provide you with an evening of entertainment.
Well done. All while laying down on the job.
Yeah, all while sleeping.
Sleeping your way to success,
I could do this every day.
They say. Just kidding. Okay, so Spook Butt or Spook Butte, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, says that he really or she wants to know what you wrote down. So would you be willing to open up your journal and read word for word what you actually wrote down?
Of course. So first thing I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 lines. First one says lucid dream. Walking around Piccadilly Circus. Heavy rain noise, ? No rain, ? Chased by, ? And then, hello, hazmat man, exclamation mark. And then the last thing I wrote, just as I woke up there, I think, they figured out how to clap.
They figured out how to clap.
Yeah, they figured out how to clap. So I'm hoping that's not going to carry on into the rest of my lucid dreams, or I'm going to have to find a new way to teleport.
Well, maybe I have got an idea. Let's see. A Vibrating Camel wants to know what my Twitter account is. My Twitter account and Instagram account they're both Kelly S. Walden. I had to think about that. Kelly S. Walden. Yeah. And Facebook is Kelly Sullivan Walden Ask Doctor. What is it? Oh my God. Kelly Sullivan Walden Dreams. Okay. So, all right. Let me see. What was I about to ask you?
Clapping.
Okay.
We'll talk about the clapping.
Oh, we've got Gamer. Oh, Gamers for God says that you better get partnered after this. And again, give them your handle on Twitch and on everything.
Yeah, so I'm itsbinkybee on everything. It's ITS Binky, BINKY, bee like a buzzing bee, like the insect, and I'm that everywhere. So there's no
great.
not finding me if you find me in one place.
So are you partnered? Because Gamers for God wants to know. I mean, he didn't ask, but I'm assuming he's curious about these things.
No, I'm not partnered. I only started streaming. Well, I started streaming about 2 years ago, but I stopped for ages, and I only actually picked it back up in quarantine because we were all at home and had the time to. So I've been streaming like 3 days a week. I took a break this week, but back on it from Monday. So, but no, not partnered. I work. It's not my full-time job. I'm not sure I would want it to be. I like my career, but I do it for fun, and I love just sitting and chatting and playing games with people who like get me. So it's cool.
Follow
That's
the
very
icon
cool.
on Twitch right now, my children. It's itsbinkybee on Twitch.
Thank you, Mommy.
Okay, so were you able to hear that?
Yeah.
You heard the robot voice?
Yeah.
They follow Bianca on Twitch right now. That's great. Oh my God. So okay, so what is this? Somebody is saying, all right, they're gonna stop hitting on you. But I wanna address your clapping 3 times, being able to teleport yourself, but then being followed. So just in a nutshell, can I give you a suggestion for something to
Absolutely.
try? So I often tell people whatever's chasing you is often an aspect, or one way to consider it is that it's an aspect of yourself that you've disowned, from the perspective that everyone and everything in your dream is an aspect of you.
Yeah.
So one way, so it's, sometimes it is other energies, but I always like to consider that it's a part of your power. And it persists in the pursuit because it's a part of you. It's like your shadow. You can run, but you can't hide from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I always suggest that you turn and face it. This is my fear formula. Face it, embrace it, ace it, and replace it. And then you don't have to run from it anymore. It becomes like a part of you.
I love that. Yeah, I love
Cool.
that.
So let's see. All right. So No Life Mage wants to know what your favorite Pokemon is.
My favorite Pokemon. Oh, you know what? It's gonna have to be Lickitung. He's so cute.
Lickitung.
Yeah, I mean, if we're
That's
talking
great.
first gen.
First gen. Okay. All right. All right. So Miss Carrie wants to know, if you can go back, what was the last thing you were thinking about that you remember about your dream before you woke up? What was the last thought in your mind before you woke up?
Last thought in my mind.
Maybe last feeling or last impression.
I remember feeling like a shiver, like I was cold, and I think that's what ultimately woke me up for the final time. at least in that dream, because I think I did fall asleep again. But I didn't go back into the dream then. I remember getting like a shiver.
Yeah.
Like up my spine kind of thing. But I don't think it was caused by anything in the dream. It just kind of happened spontaneously.
Got it. Got it.
Oh. Can't hear anything.
Bianca, can you hear me? Bianca,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. I got
Good.
swallowed up by an asteroid out here in outer space.
Oh no.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
It happens. Okay. I can't, let me see. All right, so Bianca, let's see. So of all the things that happened with you last night, what would you like to revisit? Anything from the dream that you would like to revisit and maybe do over again?
I don't know. The thing is, I'm not super clear on why I was in Piccadilly Circus in the first place.
What does Piccadilly Circus symbolize to you? I mean, and for those who've never been there, because a lot of people watching here they're in the United States. So tell us about what Piccadilly Circus is.
So Piccadilly Circus is just it's a huge little area, like a huge area in central London. It's like the one of the main tourist attractions. It's kind of like London's version of Times Square, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For me, it's actually a really social part of my life. It's somewhere I'm quite like emotionally attached to. From like a memories perspective, I've made so many amazing memories there, from dinners out with friends to cinema dates to I don't know, just hanging out there on a sunny day. And I think in this period, I'm so lacking in interaction with my friends and my loved ones, as I'm sure everyone in the chat can relate.
Yeah.
I think I was there because it's comforting. Obviously, physically, I'm in a space that is unfamiliar to me. So I think in my dream, I was just taken sort of to a place that brings me a lot of joy.
Right. Oh, that's wonderful. So in some way, this dream was compensating, and this is a perfect quarantine dream.
Yeah.
Dreaming about what gave you comfort and being around a lot of people. So it's as if it happened.
Yeah, exactly. It's very much as if it happened, and that's definitely something I'm looking forward to, is actually physically going back there and seeing friends and having life go back to some sort of normal.
That's wonderful. Okay, so one last question. What's the last thing that that you had in your mind before you woke up? And that's Miss Carrie, and she said she's really legitimately curious.
Sure. Last thing in my mind, I mean, I said before that I had that shiver up my spine. And then I woke up. The last thing in my mind for sure was right as the thing, whatever it was chasing me, figured out how to clap twice and teleport, because they sort of showed up in front of me. And again, I can't visualize what it was in any way. But I knew that it was in the room with me, but I didn't have a feeling of fear or dread. It was more like, oh, like they figured out how to do it. Dang.
Oh, that's fun. Wow. Well, Bianca, I just really want to thank you for being such an amazing dreamer and sleeper and good sport. And I think you've taught everyone here watching a lot about lucid dreaming, about the 3 claps and transporting, and just how to roll with the punches that life brings us to. I just thank you so much for being our first.
Honestly, this was such a fun experience.
You're our breakthrough person. So thank you so much, Bianca. And thank you everyone for watching tonight and today, wherever you are in the world watching Bianca. Don't forget to tune in next week right here on twitch.tv/TwitchPresents for our next sleep experiment, live at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I really hope that everyone has sweet dreams tonight. And whatever you do when you wake up in the morning, don't take your dreams lying down. And may your dreams awaken you to a most magnificent version of yourself. Thanks, everybody. Sweet dreams.
Daddy, see you next week, chat. Daddy, love you.